I never thought I'd see the day when a neighbor's ATV tracks would cut right through the field my father once plowed with his bare hands. That field wasn't just land, it was a piece of my family's history. Every fence post, every patch of grass had a story. But to Karen, the HOA president with a superiority complex the size of Texas, it was just an open space for her weekend joyrides. The first time I saw her speeding through my field, kicking up dust and scaring my cattle, I thought maybe she was lost. I waved her down politely, told her this wasn't part of the HOA's shared property. She just smirked, said something about community access, and drove off like she owned the place. That was strike one. Over the next few days, the ATV tracks deepened. My fence got bent, a feed trough was knocked over, and my bull, a 1,600-pound beast with a bad temper, was getting restless. I called the HOA office to report the damage, but of course Karen was the one who answered. She laughed, said if I couldn't manage my livestock, maybe the HOA should consider relocating them. That one stung. My father raised those animals. They were his pride and mine, so I fixed the fence, double-checked the locks, and waited. One evening, just as the sun dipped behind the hills, I heard that familiar engine roar again. Karen's ATV lights danced across the pasture like fireflies. But this time, I didn't chase her off. I opened the north gate, the one that led to Duke's pen. Now, before you think I was out for blood, I wasn't. Duke's a big softy most days. But when something charges into his field, he takes it personal. Karen barely made it 30 yards before Duke came thundering out like a freight train. She screamed, floored it, and tore through the mud trying to escape. By the time she made it back to the road, her ATV was covered in manure, and her ego was bruised worse than her pride. The next HOA meeting was awkward, to say the least. Karen didn't mention community access again. In fact, she passed a motion to restrict ATV use on private property. Her own words. Now, every morning when I sip coffee on my porch, I see Duke grazing peacefully. The fence is straight and strong. My father would have smiled. Justice doesn't always come from courts or committees. Sometimes it comes on for hooves and a whole lot of attitude. Asterisk for more interesting and heart-touching stories. Hit the subscribe button now.